A clearer reception in and around the city. Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820. And now overnights on WSBC 1240 AM, where facts matter.
Saving money on everything for your next project. Now at Menards. Menards has a huge selection of bagged concrete and mortar mixes. Whether you're pouring a walkway, concrete slab, or setting a post, we have the right product at the best price to complete your project. Shop our entire selection of concrete mixes and supplies in-store and on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's the Paulacious One, coming to you from the file room of the basement of WCPT 820 in Chicago. Checking the file on the Sports Cubicle. The hosts, systems analyst Mike Mercado, project manager Devin Tingle, the marvelous one, Dan Marver in accounting, and me, well, it doesn't matter what I do. You can check us out, the Sports Cubicle, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 Chicago. Gotta go, Sports Cubicle, 9 p.m. Sundays, WCPT.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
You are listening to Think Theory Radio. Radio.
Hello and welcome to Think Theory Radio, the show that brings you topics outside the mainstream realm of thought and ideas to make you think. And I'm your host, Damon Perdue, your astonishing guide on this weird ride of radio delights. And of course, I'm joined by Paul Shivari.
Oh, wow, you used my name. Yo.
I had to throw, every couple months, I got to
remind people,
Yeah, because you
identify me with my government name.
You're a real person.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think.
I exist.
You're not
Just
AI.
like Policy's not like a stage name
Policy.
either.
You're not my robot
Policy.
companion. Like
This is
Bender.
Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Heco in Mexico. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I mentioned him, too.
Okay.
But before I say why, it's because today is an episode of...
Oh, hold up.
Hold up.
Wow.
Wait a minute. And...
Tales to Astonish.
That's right. Weird science and tales to astonish. So I'm going to start it right off with this one. Did you know and I picked this because there's several shows that get mentioned on here pretty often. One of them I would say is the most mentioned.
Okay.
Futurama.
Yeah.
I would think.
Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Yeah. Comes up a lot. But did you know that a Futurama plotline actually led to a totally new math proof?
No, I didn't, but I'm not
real
surprised.
Science, real
Now, please tell me the
mathematics.
Harlem Globetrotters were involved in the
You
episode.
are correct, sir.
Because the Harlem Globetrotters are the mathematicians of the Futurama world, which is so cool.
So it was the episode "The Prisoner of Benda."
Okay.
And it was so its writer Ken Keeler actually has a PhD
he's
in mathematics.
I was going to say Ken Keeler, is a known dude in the comedy writing, and
but he has a PhD in mathematics.
It doesn't surprise me. Henry and I were talking earlier about how many Simpsons writers and in the Matt Groening universe, the writers are so smart.
Yeah,
incredibly smart writers
for sure.
Harvard guys, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this was the one where Professor Farnsworth invented a machine that
Good news, everyone.
Good news. That can swap the minds of two people. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then they kept he swapped bodies with Amy, and then
it was with a
and then he was he kept eating because it was she could being in a young body he could eat whatever he wanted.
Happy birthday to Lauren Tom, local. She's done a lot of voices, and I didn't realize she's from Oak Park. I want to say. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Nice little local tie.
Yeah.
Didn't know either.
And a recent birthday this week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then it's, they keep swapping bodies, but in order to figure out how to get back into their own bodies, the writer actually had to create an original mathematical proof to solve it. So it wasn't just cartoon magic.
No, I vaguely remember this episode, and the Harlem Globetrotters came up with the solution. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at he actually, I mean, I'm not going to get into all the whole mathematics of it, but there's actually like all this, I equals, +1 and equals n and 2 + 3, 4x, minus y, they like really did like this mathematical composition for it. And, and you can look it up, right? It's an article in Scientific American about it. And it shows like all the different people that get swapped and how they swap it. And now he was pleased with the result, but he didn't consider it significant enough to publish. But mathematicians Ron Evans, Liua Wang, and Tuan Yin did it for him in 2014. They published a 9-page improved version of his proof in the American Mathematical Monthly. So I thought that was pretty cool. That like an actual, the show has so much science in it, but for the fact that they actually did something that had a real equation that got published later. But that some other mathematicians like, no, we got to put this out there.
That would be the type of show, though,
for sure.
Do that, though.
Mm-hmm. But not all,
Not all shows are like that, but Futurama is one where it's like, no, that actually, like, it's like Big Bang Theory had some, like, really in jokes, and like, I feel like this happened before Futurama, where there's like another TV show inspired something that became something.
Yeah, I mean, there's been, I didn't know until recently that you remember the show Land of the Lost?
Yeah.
The old, like, Campy show.
Danger, Will Robinson, that one? Yeah.
No, that was Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. What's Land of the Lost?
Land of the Lost was
the dinosaur people.
Yeah,
and
the reptilians.
Yeah.
That Bill Lambier.
Same thing. It was Space Will Robinson. It was Jungle Dinosaur Will Robinson.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, yeah. You're a 70s guy. I'm not.
Bill Lambier from the Pistons was actually one of the reptilian people in that show. As a 16-year-old, he was in costume as one of the reptilians. But that show actually hired a bunch of real scientists and physicists to.
Yeah, well, Bill Lambier is a lizard, and we don't think well of him in Chicago.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything nice to say about Bill Lambier?
Only that he was in Land of the Lost.
Thank you.
The nicest thing.
Point made.
Let's see what else we got here. We got a 13-year-old Oregon student, Roy Kim, designed a chamber that turns moisture in the air into water. 13 years old.
Okay.
I was just trying to like buy comic books at that time. Like,
you weren't trying to like figure out the air in the water and all that. No.
I tried to. He developed a device that turns moisture in the air into water, helping farmers access a sustainable and reliable source of water in drought-prone areas.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty awesome.
The condensation kid.
Mm-hmm. According to Kim, a Peltier module creates a temperature difference when electricity is applied, making one side hot and the other side cold. This allows warm air to cool rapidly when it reaches the cold surface, causing water vapor in the air to condense into liquid drops. And after multiple tests and improvements, Kim finalized the design of the device. The air enters the chamber through the hot side, where a heating element connected to a filter module warms the air. The warm air then moves through the fan to the cold side. Water droplets formed here sink due to the temperature difference between the surface and the air. The collected water then flows into a funnel and is distributed to the plants through a valve. So see, there's still hope for the youth, people. They're not all just on TikTok.
Can't fight against the youth.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we have a little birthday a couple days ago.
Lauren Tom.
No.
Who?
It's not a who, it's a what.
Oh. I don't know.
It's something that I'm on right now, and that maybe a lot of people are on listening to the show right now.
Drugs.
Well, I don't think drugs have his birthday, but
they could.
The World Wide Web, man, the internet.
Oh yeah! Happy birthday, World Wide Web.
It was the 35th birthday on August 6th.
Okay. How old is the internet?
35.
Al Gore's way older than that. No, okay. So officially, though, 35. It was brought online in 1991, as we know it today. But we do know that there's some precursors, though, right? There was military, what we know.
For sure.
Yeah, the
was
World Wide Web
art-
is the World Wide Web, I think, like is the official sort of whatever.
Yeah.
But internet as we know it. So this is the World Wide Web. Like we are
Yes.
connected. Now at this point though, at 1991, it's probably just like text-based DOS sort of like chat rooms, right? Or like blog rooms, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this was
It's all text-based.
Tim Berners-Lee is the guy he was a British computer scientist, and he was working at CERN,
Okay.
which is where the
For those of you playing at home.
the Large Hadron Collider particle accelerators, and he was working in the 80s and 90s. He wanted a way to store, update, and locate documents within the sprawling organization, and he sought a solution that would allow for these documents to be shared with outside bodies quickly, and so that led to the creation of the World Wide Web, which was announced to the public on August 6, 1991. And it was a platform whereby anyone could link to any document in a database using hyperlinks or links embedded in text, images, and other media. Importantly, multiple users were able to access this platform simultaneously and independently of each other. And then that quickly spread from CERN to other research organizations before being open to the public. Now, the cool thing is that he was adamant that anyone should be able to create their own website and hyperlink without paying a fee and with no central body controlling it. And that openness is still, it's still that way. It's still free, except it's increasingly under threat. And, the
internet is utility.
It's incarnate. He says, quote, "We see a handful of large platforms harvesting user private data to share with commercial brokers or even repressive governments." Adding, "We see ubiquitous algorithms that are addictive by design and damaging to our teenagers' mental health. Trading free personal data for use certainly does not fit with my vision for a free web."
He said this in 1991?
No, he said this last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he was saying like where
He
it's
finally got a feel for it, and where it's come
no,
from.
he's
where
been
it is now,
speaking
yeah.
out against it for a while. Like,
I know. I didn't figure wasn't in a coma for years. Like,
Yeah.
I figured he was evolving with it.
but he does
with his
believe that.
message.
Yeah, he does believe it could be saved. We can re-empower individuals and take back the web. It's not too late. he
Yeah,
says.
well, it's not too late, but at the same time, it's already. It just all depends
Fully
on how much
damaged.
power can you take back.
Yeah. I mean, it's all, I know he's working on a different version of it, trying to get back to what he, wanted originally.
I'm going to create a new internet.
Yeah.
It'll be better, you see.
Mm-hmm. But then, of course, that'll be corrupted by capitalism.
That's weird to think about it. There could be a different internet, right? Catch
Yeah.
onto my Wi-Fi and not. Yeah.
I'm not a
I mean,
computer tech person. So
I
don't
mean,
know
there's always going to be
exactly how that
places
would
people
work,
can
but
go.
For sure. I mean, there's different versions, I guess, out there. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a computer tech guy, so I don't know how exactly that works if you're using a different internet.
No, and I'm
But
just thinking like the next
dark
dimension
web.
is like take this pill and you'll experience the internet.
Well, no, they're just going to plug us all
Yeah, that's
in.
what I'm saying.
They're
Yeah,
just gonna
plug us all in
in.
somewhere. The Matrix will reveal itself lately,
Yes.
like soon.
Maybe we're already plugged in.
We
don't
are.
even
We know this.
No, but we're plugged in, and they're making us hallucinate to think we're not plugged in. Oh,
No,
wait,
we are.
That was
we
a
are
movie.
plugged in. That's how we're listening to ourselves right now.
That's
we got,
true.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's next. What's next? I don't know how to do a segue from this, but I just like the name because it's a demon cavefish.
Okay.
Like
A
graffiti
demon
means
cavefish. Okay.
And the scientists believe this newly discovered demon cavefish may be among the rarest fish in the world.
Well, if it's a demon cave, are most cavefish demonic?
I would think so. I mean, if you're a fish in a cave.
You would think so. Yeah.
I mean, a fish in a dark cave, it's probably not, it's going to be a little demonic.
I'm a fish in a dark cave. I'm demonic,
Yeah.
just by nature.
Right. It's the underworld, man. It's where every culture is.
It truly is a fish in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly the underworld. You cannot argue more underworld. I'm a trench.
Right. And
I'm a
this is,
volcanic trench. That's underground.
That's true. And this
Sorry.
is Bobcat Cave
Bobcat.
near
Ah!
Huntsville, Alabama.
Sorry.
Instead, he discovered, this is Dr. Matthew Niemiller.
That guy.
And he was trying to find some crayfish and other cavefish, but instead he discovered a bizarre-looking fish previously unknown to science. And the newfound species is eyeless. It has no eyes. It features a hunchback, spiny rays, and a snout shape unlike that of any other cavefish species.
And it still voted Trump.
It's true. And the fish completely lacks pigment. So beneath its translucent skin, you can see its brain.
Okay. And it's not big to begin with, right?
It's 20 feet long.
Holy.
No, I'm kidding. It doesn't say the size, but I think it's small.
No,
but they named it after the Demogorgon.
Who's that?
In Stranger Things was the monster in Stranger Things.
I believe you.
You didn't watch that, so
No.
you don't know. But some people out there watched it, and they know what the Demogorgon is. Little is known about this cavefish. Researchers aren't able to tell if it's male or female. They have zero clue about its reproduction. And for what it feeds on, the demon cavefish likely eats whatever can fit in its mouth, they say. Just like a demon cavefish would.
Yeah, typical demon cavefish behavior.
Mm-hmm. The discovery of the demon cavefish also suggests that there could be other unidentified species, even in intensely studied areas. This is an odd one. These species may take refuge in access-restricted lands such as military installations. What? So there's how many? There's a lot of military installations in caves. You didn't know. Now you know. All right, what else have we got? We got a couple minutes before break. So what about this one? This gets super science-y. For the first time, a cell built from scratch grows and divides. This is like one step closer to creating a lab-grown life form.
Okay.
Like from scratch.
Yeah.
The scientists built a synthetic cell that combines more lifelike properties than ever before. And these biologists packed non-living components into a cell-like membrane, piece by piece, and witnessed the bag of molecules start to behave like life.
We went from Matrix to Pod People before the first break.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, it all correlates.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Keep going.
And Stranger Things got mentioned. And Futurama.
Why not? Yeah, well, yeah.
Matrix.
Of course, there's going to be pop culture references. That's, yeah.
The lab-made synthetic cell grew, replicated its DNA, and divided, demonstrating the basic functions of a cell cycle. It's an impressive step, said Jack Zostak, who studies the origins of life at the University of Chicago, and although he was not involved in research. I don't know of any other effort to put together an artificial cell from biological components that has progressed so far. Now, the cell is not alive by any definition that we can put on it. It can't survive without constant deliveries of food and ribosomes, and not from DoorDash or Uber Eats. The machinery needed to make proteins. It has no defenses or a good waste removal system, but it's the strongest demonstration yet that it is possible to generate life from non-life.
Pod People.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna, yeah.
Or pod demon fish.
Pod
Who knows what
yeah.
it'll
Pod People, I think, would imply plants. So this is like lab people, lab-grown meat people.
Meat people. Well, we didn't get to the people part yet. We still got to get to like the lab-grown, just like amoeba.
Cells. Yeah. Well, we're getting there. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Lab-grown amoeba meat.
Little by little. It's a big step forward to this holy grail of making a living thing out of dead components, says Zirben Otto, a systems chemist at the Strating Institute for Chemistry in the Netherlands. It's not completely there yet, but it's definitely getting quite close. Dun, 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 dun. It's always kind of crazy when you think about that. Like, and I get it because you want to figure out how life started, but you also just think of how much manipulation there is, especially when money starts to get involved. And then, yeah, if they can start making life from nothing, who knows what that would lead to in terms of something nefarious. But we shall see. It could be decades, 100 years, who knows?
Who knows?
We might not even be around. It'll be AI robots recreating life. Now imagine that. Imagine that as the future.
AI robots.
Humans die off,
Yeah.
but AI robots are still around. Then they figure out how to make life from scratch and recreate humans in a lab.
But what would compel them to do that?
Just because it's like the next thing to do.
For slave-like purposes.
Or that. Although they'd probably see it as being inferior.
It's not because they'd miss us.
Right. They just wanted, well, they just prove that they're better than us. See, the humans couldn't do it, but we did it.
Oh, you created us, we created you.
Right. Exactly. All right, going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Think Theory Radio and Weird Science right after this.
Out Chicago.
The media has been manipulated with propaganda and fear, and this is what has brought us where we are today. More than ever, people are looking at just one news source, and that's
what they're doing, they're looking at their
phones.
phone.
Well, that's their source.
They are looking
that's their source.
Yeah, I know. They're looking at their phone. They're hearing opinion. They're hearing misinformation. They're not looking at sources.
Catch Out Chicago every Sunday, 11 to 1 on WCPT 820.
Would it be crazy if you packed your bags and left for a week, a month, a year? What if you left for 2 years? What if you were going far away to help in a village on the edge of the Gobi Desert, to teach children and learn a thing or two about yourself? Would that be crazy? Peace Corps. Life is calling. How far will you go?
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
Welcome back to Think Theory Radio. This is Damien, and so far today we've been talking about pod people, demon cavefish, the birth of the internet, and that's because today it is, and also, oh yeah, and I have much more weird science, and also here is an astonishing tale. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a bottle of Guinness.
Strap it down.
And this one could be almost awesome archaeology in a way, but it does lean more towards a scientific aspect of a story or an astonishing tale, and also one of my favorite beverages. Divers found a 162-year-old Guinness in a shipwreck. Now researchers plan to use its yeast to rebrew this ancient recipe. So this bottle spent 162 years at the bottom of the English Channel. Belgian underwater photographer Stefan Panis found the bottle on the Mindoro, a sailing bark that sank in a collision more than 160 years ago while carrying colonial cargo bound for Vancouver. He said he almost didn't recognize what he had surfaced with. I surfaced, and at the top of the bottle was super clear. And I was really amazed to see Guinness Extra Stout London. I was like, wow, this is amazing. He said that the conditions on the seabed are close to ideal for keeping a bottle intact. As a result, the discovery has garnered interest from researchers, even the team at Guinness. And they were amazed that there is a bottle of Guinness probably preserved in a good condition because it's on the shipwreck. It's quite a constant temperature. The box of bottles we found is neck down. So it's good for preservation. Dark, constant temperature. Discoveries like this provide a fascinating window into our past and help build a deeper understanding of our heritage. Currently, our Guinness archive team is liaison with the divers to gather more information and evaluate the find, a Diageo spokesperson told Incorporated.com. The single bottle Panis discovered now sits in a garage submerged in water in a dark spot, kept in roughly the same state that protected it for a century and a half. After the discovery, Panis's colleague Paweł Truzinski contacted a microbiologist who specializes in beer at KU Leuven University in Belgium. The goal is ultimately to pull the original yeast's genetic code out of the bottle and use it to make the beer again. They were, of course, super interested to examine the beer to see what can still be recovered from the sample of the bottle, Panis said, with the aim to try to recover the DNA of the original beer and even the possibility to do a rebrew, he added. A successful rebrew would let researchers recreate the flavor of a Guinness as it was actually made in the 1860s. So I thought that's pretty cool. He said, judging by the size of the crate, he believes it was a full case of 24 bottles. And there could be more buried in the sand around the wreck. So it'd be awesome to see if they, I know scientists and brewers have done that before, where like recreated recipes, but I think this would be the first time that they've actually utilized the DNA of yeast found in an old bottle of beer to recreate it.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm sure that's been tried at some point, but like maybe
I don't know, because it's
that big of a scale.
Yeah, I don't know if like how long, beer, it would have to be in such perfect conditions. This just happened to sink in the most perfect area that it could be in. Dark, cold water. Just kept out of sunlight, kept perfectly cold.
But never like got too high in temperature.
Right, like just stayed the perfect conditions to be preserved in a way that they could possibly actually do this. And it'd be really interesting to see is like how different. Can you imagine if they come out there, hey, you know what, here's a whole new limited edition 1862 Guinness.
Yeah.
How much different would it be than what we drink now?
Yeah.
So I hope they do it. I want to taste it. Where to go from beer? I don't know.
More beer?
More beer. I don't have another beer story, but I do have I guess, kind of, this is not a segue, but it has to do with protein-rich foods and amino acids. So there's something connected there. It's something you can put in your body.
Okay.
To help your immune system fight cancer and viruses, just like Guinness. It's
what
mother's
a segue!
Milk. It's mother's milk. It's medicine, there, lad. Don't you know? It's but scientists and researchers at Rockefeller University's Elizabeth and Vincent Meyer Laboratory of Systems Cancer Biology has been studying this connection for years of arginine, which is an amino acid that supports many essential functions throughout the body, and they believe that utilizing levels of arginine could help the body fight cancer. And they've done studies. The researchers found that moderate amount of arginine, roughly equivalent to the quantity in a couple of over-the-counter tablets, could potentially restore expression of the genes involved in MHC1 production. And MHC1 is a protein that helps alert the immune system to threats such as mutated cells and invading viruses. Our work reveals how a lack of arginine interferes with the immune system and suggests that upping arginine intake could prove beneficial. Perhaps that means it could be used in combination with other therapies to treat both cancer and viral infections, the researcher said. Arginine supplementation could be readily tested in patients receiving immunotherapies or given to high-risk populations exposed to viral pathogens. Considering that arginine is inexpensive and readily available, we hope that therapeutic and preventative studies could be undertaken soon. So that's pretty cool. You can get like cancer prevention out of a basic supplement.
Yeah.
Until, Big Pharma steps in and...
I was going to say, if it helps the public, I don't know if it's in the interest.
Stop that research now.
Yeah, big pharma for sure.
Or they'll turn it in, but synthesize it into some other kind of medicine that costs, like $2,000 a pill.
Yep.
You know, but your insurance pays for it. Don't worry about it, Paul.
Make it addictive.
Yeah, make it addictive.
Make it so it'll kill you if you leave it.
Well, sticking on the kind of medical side, a brain implant lets a paralyzed man feed himself and pet his dog.
Brain implant.
Most important part.
Okay. What? A brain implant makes a man feed himself and his dog.
No, lets a paralyzed man.
Lets a paralyzed man.
Feed himself and pet his dog.
Okay.
Keith Thomas broke his neck diving into a pool in 2020 and was paralyzed from the chest down. 6 years later, thanks to a set of brain implants that bypass his spinal injury, now these are like microchips, he can feed himself, drink from a cup, and feel the fur on his dog again. The system, built by Professor Chad Booten's team at the Feinstein Institute for Medical Research, is a double neural bypass. Electrodes in Thomas's brain read his intention to move and route it straight to his arm and hand muscles, while pressure sensors on his fingers send touch back the other way so his brain feels what his hand grips, delicate enough to handle an eggshell. Writing in Nature Medicine, the team reports that after 35 weeks of training, his right arm strength rose 86% and his left 62%. Strangest of all, the rewiring seems to be sticking. Some movement and sensation now persist even when the device is switched off. In a recent follow-up, it was found these gains were still present after more than 2 years. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's like, the good news of brain and putting microchips in your brain.
Yeah. The good news? Yeah, okay.
Because it's helping people, somebody paralyzed actually walk and pet his dog and feel from the
I feel
from
like
the neck
that was
down
always
again.
the original selling point, though, right?
Yeah, but this is actually like an example.
Yeah,
where
he's
it
got like an
happened.
AI limb, and it's like, it's designed for the best intentions, but, everyone just jumps to the sci-fi, terrible, what could go wrong part of it.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between having like a microchip in there that just is doing kind of neural bypasses, switches, just sending signals back and forth, and uploading, plugging into like Neuralink, which will connect you to some server that Elon Musk controls. That's a whole different story.
I like we say like Elon Musk controls it, but he's just the point man. He's just like the figurehead face. It's not like him literally like Elon Musk is at the controls. But I get it.
But I'm saying, think about
yeah.
but he ran Doge, and would you want?
No, David, I'm telling you, I think you should really forgive Elon. Everyone points to him as some sort of. Like,
but I'm saying even top down, if you think like, okay, look at all the idiots he put into Doge. Right.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really running Doge, but all the idiots that he put in charge, were doing it. So it's the same
Elon
thing.
Musk is looking at my personal info. Elon Musk took away Jackie Robinson.
He might be. Yeah. You don't know. You don't know what he does in his spare time, Paul.
Like, what if he is? What if he's like literally at the ground floor? Like, yeah, you know what makes him really good bosses? He's right there. As I'm deleting African American history out of the Smithsonian, he's right there behind my back, making sure I'm deleting all of it.
Exactly. All right, enough. We've given him enough time.
Yeah.
Let's get back to good scientists, not mad scientists. He's not even a scientist.
Not even a scientist. He's like Steve Jobs with like less
philanthropists, or
less creativity,
mad billionaires, or trillionaires now, but whatever. Dutch scientists created bacteria that repair cracked buildings by turning cracks into stone, making concrete heal itself.
What?
Which could save billions in repair costs.
All right, how?
Let's see.
It's going to put a lot of Masons out of business. I'm surprised the Freemasons even allowed this.
The breakthrough was pioneered by Professor Henk Jonkers, a microbiologist at Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands. Unlike traditional civil engineers, Jonkers specialized in microbiology and wondered whether living organisms could solve one of construction's oldest problems. Inspired by the human body's ability to heal wounds, he spent years studying bacteria capable of surviving in extremely harsh conditions. His research eventually led to the development of self-healing concrete containing dormant bacterial spores that remain inactive until cracks appear. Jonkers' work gained international recognition after receiving support through European research programs and has since become one of the world's best-known examples of bio-inspired engineering. The secret lies in a group of naturally occurring bacteria from the Bacillus family, including species such as Bacillus pseudofermis and Bacillus coni. These bacteria are especially selected because they can survive the highly alkaline environment inside concrete. During construction, bacterial spores are mixed into the concrete along with tiny capsules containing nutrients such as calcium lactate. Under normal conditions, the bacteria remain dormant for decades because there's no moisture inside healthy concrete. When a crack develops, rainwater enters the concrete and activates the bacteria. The microorganisms consume the nutrients and convert them into calcium carbonate, commonly known as limestone. This newly formed limestone gradually fills the crack, preventing further water penetration and protecting the steel reinforcements inside the structure. Once the crack has been sealed and moisture disappears, the bacteria becomes dormant again until they are needed.
Okay.
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
And I guess one of the earliest landmark studies was application of bacteria as self-healing agent for the development of sustainable concrete, published in the journal Ecological Engineering. And that was what they used to prove their proof of concept that this could actually work. Can you imagine that, though? Like, you live in, all buildings are just self-healing?
It's just someone that's done exterior stonework to his house. There's a lot of cracks, you know, like moisture, the way it affects the way it,
so, it expands and contracts.
Yeah, so to be able to have it be self-healing would be so nice aesthetically, and I think for the sake of the building too, kind of protecting the elements.
I think it would look kind of cool too, depending on the, because it turns into limestone, so it would probably have a different coloration than whatever the, the concrete
you'd probably
is.
see it a little bit, like
but it would look kind of cool, like
the veins to the building. Yeah.
And I'm assuming, so like you had an old house you bought, you had to fix a lot of stuff up. But with this type of concrete, I don't think it would get that far, right? So you wouldn't have these cracks that get bigger and bigger because it would heal.
Yeah,
more immediate.
And the small cracks that I got anyway, but of course, stone dries out, stone expands, contracts, chips off, ages. Yeah. No, that's kind of cool. That's interesting.
It reminds me of.
I was waiting for you to say it was like mushroom stone or something.
Yeah. Well, there is that though, like we've talked about that on the show, like the fungi stones. I suppose they kind of do the same thing, but I don't think that I don't. There's not any buildings yet. I know they did one kind of installation in New York of like a fungi building. Yeah. But it was like a small, like a one room kind of thing. But there's
have your pretend tea. Sorry.
There's a Japanese like art practice that this reminded me of called I think it's kintsugi or kintsukuroi.
Okay.
And it's a traditional art of mending broken pottery using natural urushi lacquer and dusting the seams with genuine gold powder. So it's it's like a kind of meditative, artistic practice, but it has to do with, if you break a bowl or glass or something like that, it's not, you just don't throw it out. You do this practice, you fill it in, and it becomes this whole other. They look really cool if you look up the pottery, and it has gold cracks going through it. So that's what kind of reminded me of that. Like, imagine
just because it broke doesn't mean we're keeping the Scooby Doo.
Right? Yeah. Well, they have better looking bowls.
Oh, okay. Scooby Doo on their.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Hello Kitty. This Hello Kitty plate can heal itself.
How do I know? I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
That's my job.
So, you don't have a dog, do you?
No, I have a cat. I have 2 cats.
Well, if you did have a dog, and it was a hypoallergenic dog, you could actually get a new dog that was gene edited.
A gene edited dog.
A gene edited hypoallergenic dog.
Okay.
Scientists have done.
Just what I was waiting for.
I know. I knew you needed one. So that starts off with Matt Walker couldn't pet a dog without sneezing until he and other scientists used a gene editing technique to produce a hypoallergenic beagle named Bailey, of course.
Beagle Bailey?
Yeah. And now he can feed Bailey spoons of peanut butter while she lies on his lap and play fetch with her in Central Park. His allergies don't go away, but Bailey's saliva and hair no longer contain a key allergy-causing protein. It takes years before the millions who suffer from dog-related allergies can walk into a pet store and buy a pooch like Alfie or Bailey. But scientists have to monitor the long-term health effects of the genetic tweak and find ways to commercialize their approach to make it affordable. And experts not involved with the effort say it could hurt shelter and rescue animals waiting to be adopted. It opens the door to a lot more people being able to own pets. On the negative side, it may discourage people from trying to use strays and unwanted animals that are not engineered to be allergy-free, says bioethicist Arthur Kaplan with New York University's Grossman School of Medicine. Researchers have tried to create hypoallergenic pets before, mostly using cloning. But this led to sicker pups that were too genetically similar. 2 years ago, researchers used CRISPR to reduce levels of allergy-causing protein in a cat named Alsic. But it's not yet clear whether this technique is safe to be tested on other cats. So you still have to wait to get a new cat, Paul.
Okay.
Dog?
I think my wife and I agreed no more cats.
Oh, okay. But, you know, you can get a gene-edited dog.
Don't tell her that.
To create Alfie Alfie was the other dog they made. They edited the genetic code inside dog skin cells, switching off the main gene responsible for producing allergy-causing proteins. Then they transferred the edited genetic code into eggs that went into a beagle surrogate that gave birth to 2 healthy female pups in September 2024. Scientists tested their saliva and fur and didn't find signs of the allergy-causing protein. They also performed an allergy test, pricking Walker's skin with extracts from Alfie and Bailey's saliva and dander. His skin reacted to samples from the poodle and the golden doodle, but not from the beagles. The research published Wednesday in CRISPR Journal is the first time such an approach has been tried successfully in dogs.
Tried successfully in dogs. Sorry. Dumb.
But I just, anytime, you know, like the gene editing and cloning thing, you know, it's like it sounds really cool, then it gets kind of, I don't know.
Oh, it was a matter of time before
Scary.
there was like gene edited dogs. You knew there was going to be that. There's already
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like, you know,
But
what kind
then-
of kid do you want?
That's what I'm saying. When it get to, you know, gene edited humans.
Oh, it's already happening, I thought.
No.
No.
I think it's still illegal to do that.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I could be right. Google it.
Right now. Get to the bottom of this.
Come on, figure it out. All right, let's see what else. We got that. We did that. We did that. Oh, I got some. Can't do weird science without some kind of like quantum physics and particle physics. CERN, what we mentioned earlier, because that's where the World Wide Web was created. I've done some experiments. This is before they'd actually shut down the LHC to configure it, boost it up, make it even more powerful. But before that, they did experiments to detect signs of the universe's primordial soup. Actually, primordial matter, but still. All 4 major LHC experiments have found new evidence that collisions between oxygen and neon may produce the extreme state of matter that existed during the first microseconds after the Big Bang. And inside the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, collisions between relatively light oxygen and neon nuclei may be producing matter from the earliest moments of the universe. 1 year after the collider's first oxygen runs, all 4 major LHC experiments, ALICE, ATLAS, CMS, and LHC-B, have reported signs of quark-gluon plasma, or QGP. You down with QGP?
Yeah, you know me.
And QGP, what?
Oh, you wanted me to research?
Yes.
I did some research. So Columbia University recently has like done the
gene editing.
They can possible to engineer embryos, but you're right, it's illegal.
Yes.
Like right now, it's a moral conundrum. But I'm telling you, it's possible.
Oh, it's definitely possible. I know there was
like biological eugenics could be a thing.
Yeah, I think it was a scientist in China or Japan that actually claimed he.
Yeah, no, that's why I guess I thought it was a
thrown in
thing.
jail.
I didn't think about the morality or the ethics of it. Like it was just more.
There's
like
still some of that left.
If someone can do it, they'll do it. You know what? Is there
a little? Well, they're not allowing that. There's
I'm
a little
too cynical.
left.
I thought seriously that they're just people doing that. Like I want a blue-eyed kid. That's so it shall be done.
Well, who knows what's happening in the
Give it time.
underground
Give
science
it time.
circles.
Give it time. What is human existence going to look like 100 years from now?
Oh, well, is there human existence?
That's a good question.
That's the bigger question.
On the
I think
last
it's
10
gonna
minutes
be-
of Think Theory.
Yeah. It depends. It depends. You know, that's like, do we hit
I've derailed
like
this train. Get us back on Weird Science.
We get off the grid and we go back to our old ways with nature.
Maybe.
Or we become even more entangled in the grid and we become cyborgs. It's either one of those two, I think. Or we all die.
So we go back to primate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Planet of the Apes when he thought he was on another planet, but he was just in the future.
Yeah. No language, no religion. We'll just revert back to our primate form.
Exactly. Real quick before we go to break, because I want to stick to the particle quantum stuff. There was a breakthrough where quantum entanglement generated using sunlight instead of lasers.
Okay.
Researchers at the University of Ottawa in Canada have demonstrated that quantum entanglement between photons does not require coherent sources of light like lasers, but can be generated using incoherent sources such as direct sunlight. The research opens up new avenues in quantum technologies where light sources can be deployed and a fraction of energy used. And I guess they used what was called a quantum bath.
Could go for one of those right now.
Yeah. They get like I know in Star Trek they didn't use water. It was like a sonic shower.
Did they still have some like quantum bath bombs though?
Yeah,
I want to smell like lavender.
Some kind of.
I want some digital eucalyptus.
Proton lavender scent. But sunlight-driven entanglement generation could also provide the crucial ingredient needed to scale up quantum computing without adding to the energy burden, explained Cheng Li, a graduate student at the University of Ottawa. So, of course, it always usually relates to quantum computing, which is a good thing, because if they can figure out how to use sunlight, then, there won't be such a drain on the energy grid, which is a lot of what people are concerned about with going, especially from AI data centers to now quantum computing. They got the big one. We're going to have one of the biggest quantum campuses in the country on the south side they're building right now. So
yeah, they were talking about doing the Bears thing down there too. But yeah, that's the old steel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If they could use sunlight, that would help so much. Decrease the burden. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more weird science on Think Theory Radio right after this.
Out Chicago.
Kiddos, we all need to find the courage to stand up to people when they say things that are completely wrong. Like what Governor Pritzker said, we need to get ready when they sound that 5-alarm fire. We all need to be up there with buckets to douse the flames.
I'm ready.
I am too.
Are you?
This flamer is ready to douse the flame, and I never like to douse my flame.
Catch Out Chicago every Sunday, 11 to 1 on WCPT 820. Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Welcome back to Think Theory Radio. This is Damien, and so far, let's see, we talked about some pod people, talked about gene-edited dogs.
Eugenics and biologically...
Taking a quantum bath. You know why we're talking about all that stuff, Paul?
Oh, why?
It's
why
because it is...
Oh.
And... That's right. I still have more strange scientific stories. And actually, this is more in the tech realm. I have two opposing stories, one of mass surveillance and one of counteracting mass surveillance. And this one, I'm taking a leap with the mass surveillance, but I'm pretty sure this is what it's going to be used for.
Okay.
And this was created here at just down the street at Northwestern University. A new spinning drone that hides in plain sight. And this is a Phantom Twist. It harnesses motion blur to nearly vanish in flight. And while most attempts to hide drones focus on changing how they look, Northwestern's engineers instead changed how people and many animals see them. Unlike a typical quadcopter with 4 separate rotors, Phantom Twist has one motor and one propeller. By exploiting the quirks of human vision, Northwestern University engineers have designed a drone that nearly disappears right before the eyes. For years, researchers have tried to design invisible drones and robots using camouflage, transparent materials, or light-bending optical systems. But the Northwestern team instead used a concept called motion blur, the same effect that makes fast-spinning fans and propellers seem to disappear. Called the phantom twist, the drone spins up to 25 times per second, which is too fast for the human eye to see clearly. While it isn't completely invisible, it morphs into a ghostly smudge that seamlessly blends into the background. The work eventually could lead to drones that monitor wildlife, people, survey the environment, and inspect infrastructure with less visual disruption. And I saw there's a video of it you can look up online, and it really, as it keeps going, it little by little, it gets more and more invisible, and it just kind of looks like a blur in front of it. The one I saw, it's like in front of a plant, and you can see the plant behind it. Now imagine if this thing is, hundreds of feet up in the air, you're most likely not going to notice it at all. Now, of course, they'll say, we can monitor, nesting birds, survey wetlands, or inspect aging infrastructure. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure that if you create some kind of invisible drone, a military, police, border patrol, might want to use this type of technology. So, to counteract that, there's an artist named Simon Weckert who created digital camouflage garments, and it uses a term. It's called adversarial attacks to fool AI cameras. And this is it's kind of a art project slash fashion, slash social commentary, but it actually does work. And as a Berlin-based artist, Simon Weckert, like I mentioned, he created this in a 2025 installation. The designer officially unveiled digital camouflage, what he calls it, a conceptual garment collection that serves as a wearable shield against AI-driven tracking systems. As artificial intelligence continues to dominate public spaces through automated tracking cameras, personal privacy has become a highly debated topic. This project explores the boundaries of anonymity and visibility in modern society. By merging computational noise with everyday apparel, Weckert offers a physical countermeasure to digital overreach. At first glance, the clothing appears to feature nothing more than a striking abstract graphic pattern. The collection is actually a highly engineered tool specifically developed to disrupt object recognition algorithms used in security and autonomous systems. The design approach relies on the concept of an adversarial attack. The technique deliberately manipulates the visual data received by a machine so that it incorrectly interprets the scene. When an individual wears the collection, their body essentially becomes invisible to AI person detectors because the software completely fails to identify the human figure amidst the high-frequency visual noise. And I guess previous attempts to try to create this kind of technology or clothing relied on fixed printed patches or isolated graphics, but those would, depending if the fabric folds, the camera could pick you up. This actually will keep you invisible no matter which angle the camera is tracking you from. Now, the shirts and stuff, they're not fashion style I would necessarily wear, but I could see this leading to somewhere down the line where you can buy whole, clothing lines or whole garments, different styles of anti-AI tracking fashion wear. That's pretty cool. I like it. All right, let's see. Can we get one or two more in here? What have I not gotten to yet? Oh, this is here's a good Doom one. Doom and gloom.
I thought this was the entire show's MO.
No, not all of it. I just gave an uplifting one where you could wear, AI, anti-AI tracking clothing. There was also the, cancer-fighting Arginine.
Yeah, and self-healing walls. I get that, but the whole show is about how the impending demise of the human existence, right?
Sure, why not? In April 2029, asteroid Apophis, who was named after the Egyptian god of chaos and destruction, will pass just 32,000 kilometers above Earth, which is actually inside the orbit of geostationary satellites.
Okay.
So it has the potential to disrupt our satellite grid system. So
Is that a bad thing? Like, would the whole world fall apart if
Did you see what happened during COVID? What do you think would happen when no one has
satellites
internet?
go down and I can't wipe my butt anymore? Okay, yeah.
You think of people? Come on, like people went crazy just from that.
Okay, I got you. All right.
So imagine if the internet and GPS goes down. Like, people don't even know how to drive regularly.
I was saying, and like no internet, no cable, or satellite TV or whatever. Yeah, all right.
I mean, me personally, it wouldn't bother me all that much.
Yeah, you say that now.
But I think a lot of people are very reliant on the grid system. Now, scientists say that it's probably not going to have an impact, but they are a little worried about it, and they don't know. I mean, this is also in 3 years. There's probably going to be like 20,000 more satellites up there.
And there's already
how further they're going to get out.
We've been tracking the numbers in like 12,000 satellites or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's like going to double,
Oh, yeah.
triple.
In 3 years? Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Easily. So we'll see. And the interesting thing is that Earth will have an effect on it. It's going to change the asteroid without breaking it apart, though. Apophis is not expected to be torn apart. It will, however, experience a rapidly changing gravitational pull as it approaches and recedes. That pull will move Apophis from an orbit that's slightly less than 1 Earth year around the sun to one that takes slightly more. Its classification will change from an Aten asteroid to an Apollo asteroid. Whatever that means, I don't really know. All right, one quick one, because I want to stay in space, because it's better than here on Earth. No, I'm just kidding.
Ground control to Major Tom.
And also because like a couple weeks ago we brought up Voyager 1, but here, after 12 years and more than 7 billion kilometers, Voyager 2 arrived at Neptune within 100 kilometers of where it had been aimed. Now check this out. That's a margin NASA compares to sinking a golf putt 3,630 kilometers long. Right?
Okay.
So, I mean, and the thing about when they launched it back in the 70s, I mean, this was low tech at its best. They just aimed, all right, we're going to get it here. We think it'll pass by Neptune. And they got it to within 100 kilometers, which is pretty amazing. So that's congrats.
Okay.
Yeah, it was launched in 1977. And that'll be it for the show. I want to thank everybody for listening. We'll be back again next week and every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. right here on WCPT H20 Think Theory Radio.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube